Scorpio. I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. And this is your monthly forecast for December 2012. Scorpions, we've had quite an eventful 2012. There has been a lot of sifting of the mind, especially for you. With Saturn moving into your first house now after 28 and a half years, and it moved on October 5th. Now, this has Saturn has been resting in your 12th house in the first half of the year, and that is quite a quiet and contemplative house. 12th house also is a house of karma, and that is where that you don't do much action. It is the house of serving, so to speak. And from there, Saturn moved on to your first house. So the first part of the year saw you thinking, debating, maybe taking help of your friends into taking a particular decision, speaking with your parents, with your family, extended families, and trying to figure out a part of your life which has been sort of been quite flummoxing for you. And as we started touching the second part of the year, there seems to be a lot of clarity that has been coming to you in bits and pieces. And it seems that you no longer really need help of I would say help of anybody to be helping you decide as to what is it that you want. The pieces of the puzzle are quickly fitting into the place that they're supposed to. And this is how the process is really. Getting used to a Saturnian energy, it takes quite a while. So it doesn't mean that as soon as Saturn moves into a planet, you automatically start feeling the effect, so to speak. It takes a while, but by the time the seriousness of a Saturn, and especially if it is there in your first house, and that is a house of self, it's about yourself. What is it that you want in life? What is it that you value? Who is it that you want to be sharing your space with? And whom it is that you want to let go of. And this shifting of the process, like I said, it is not something that has happened to you all of a sudden. Subconsciously, it has been something that you have been mulling over, but you have not taken a decision. In the first half of the year, it is something that has been there in the background. You have known about it for quite some time, but I think it has taken its own natural course to surface, which is how the universe really works. Nothing before time. So we have a very interesting the next rather 2.5 years are going to be, I'm not going to say they're going to be challenging, because I think Saturn in a way is quite a gift, and especially when it comes in the first house, it gives you that opportunity to work on yourself. It gives you that strength to be able to say no, which otherwise I think things which we normally don't think much about and we sort of let them be. And Saturn is a planet of action. It pushes you to do things. So you will no longer be sitting and thinking and mulling and contemplating. Saturn is going to make you move. And I think the amount of work that you should do, or rather will be pushed to do in the next 2.5 years is on yourself, is going to be phenomenal. And the best way to work with the Saturn energy is to work along with it. So try not to sort of be not just on the wrong side of the law, so to speak, the universal law, of course, but try and look at this challenging situations that some of you may be in, as to why is it that there are certain patterns that you keep drawing upon. Why is it that you always end up with a wrong job, or a difficult boss, or a challenging relationship? Why is it that some of us just turn around and say that I don't know why it is that it always happens just with me. I think it's quite an interesting aspect to understand that we often attract what we don't want, and you keep thinking about it so obsessively. So the trick for you is rather not the trick, it's quite simple. is to work with the Saturn energy, work on yourself, look at the challenging situations. What is it that they're trying to tell you? What is it that you need to let go, or a particular aspect or a thought pattern in yourself? How it is that you should be with people, how it is that you should be in relationships, how it is that you should be at your workplace, and then try and start the polishing on yourself from there. Now, starting December, we have a new moon and Mercury in your a part of your house that focuses on your earned income, on resources, on your wealth, on litigation, on lawyers, on custody issues, on who gets what to keep. Interestingly, also money is going to be taking another meaning for you this month. I think it is no longer going to be just a materialistic aspect to you. Somewhere, I think you're going to be more easier and more secure about money. And though you're going to be at the same time asking yourself this question as well, that how secure are you, or your security per se, whether it is at work or advancing your career or the assets that you've put aside for yourself. So these are the questions that you are will be thinking. However, try not to identify or over identify too much with your material possessions, Scorpions. Treat them for the comfort that they give, and I think that is about it. Try not to get too greedy. It is very, very important that you try not to take more that is due to you. A lot of you are also going to be craving company which is more intellectual. I think a lot of you are quite, or rather, would not be wanting to be among just superficial socializing, and you won't be wanting to hang around with such friends. You will be, in fact, looking for older company. It could be a mentor of sort, it could be your family, extended family, cousins, very close friends. You're going to be seeking the warmth of that company. So it's going to be quite a trusted and a known environment is what that you will be seeking this month. And I think somewhere also it's a kind of reassurance that you're seeking. It's a kind of I think whatever it is that some of you are going through, and especially in your personal relationship, you are just trying to create a cocoon around yourself, just a sense of familiarity, a sense of warmth, a sense that you're appreciated and that you're liked. Uranus goes direct in your sixth house, going to be changing your signaling that you're going to be changing the mundaneness of your life. It could be your day to day, the way that you live, how it is that you live, your diet. Some of you may just uh, move on to being completely vegetarian. Some of you may just move to only organic food. So there could be something drastically different that you will do. I think a lot of you also seem quite bored by the mundaneness of the daily things that is there. Also, it's a great time for you to be trying alternative ways of exercising. Maybe some of you will take to yoga quite well. It's a great time to explore, maybe look at alternative ways of healing, acupuncture and aromatherapy, see what works for you. But try and do things which are closest to the nature, which are natural. Mid month, be a bit careful about lending money, Scorpions. Venus would be there in your second house again. That is the house of your earned income, shared resources. So, just keep an eye on your purse strings and try not to go overboard. Retail therapy is fine, but try not to get into really a spending mode and go all out and overspend. For those of you who are looking for new jobs, this is a great time to be making a great impression. So get out right there in the market, update your CVs, go for interviews, make presentations. You will be making a good impression this time, Scorpions. I think it's a great time to be meeting up with people. It's a great time to have your case heard. So it's a good thing. Even at your own workplace, you will be quite appreciated. There would be a sense of okay. We'll also see new ways of you will also seek newer ways or more ways of earning money. They could be quite interesting and innovative ways. Maybe some of you may take to blogging, or it could have to do with online space, something to do with internet. Maybe starting your own online store. Some of you will be communicating quite heavily through emails, through phones and SMSs. There seems to be a lot of communication that seems to be transpiring. You are also going to be focusing a lot on your creativity, on your own natural talents. What is it that makes you happy? What is it that you are good at doing? And it's a great time to be starting a venture as well, Scorpios. It's a great time to be starting a big ventures. If you have some nice grand plans, go all ahead and put them into action this month. We have Jupiter that is conjuncting Saturn in your eighth house. That has to do with partnerships, it has to do with shared resources, it has to do with custody issues, lawyers, divorce, sharing of property, shared resources. So Jupiter is in your eighth house, which is really expanding everything for you, and your first house. That's where Saturn is there, and that has to do with ego. So try not to get involved into ego battles as well. Try not to, like I said, over identify with your material possessions, Scorpio. It's very important that you look at money this month for what it is. Try not to attach a lot of emotional value. So we close this year, Scorpios, with a message on not to go overboard, be it on your emotions, be it on spending money. Try to step out of the circle and look at the situation before you react. Try not to identify with everything that you own, and try not to get too possessive about or manipulative about what it is that you want out of a partnership. Be more willing to give, be the gracious one. Try not to get into ugly legal wars, they will not do you much good, Scorpios. It is avoid mood swings towards the end of the year as well. Try not to throw tantrums, try to keep a check on your emotions, Scorpions. So have a Merry Christmas and have a brilliant New Year. I'll see you again next year. And thank you so much for watching.